Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to jump online real quick and show you how I got this look that I posted on Instagram. So I'm just going to go straight into it. Basically, I'm using two palettes today, and the first one is the MUA and the second one is the Makeup Revolution. I'm just going in right now and just putting in the brown shade, almost very similar to the skin color of my own, and just blending in a transitional shade. Then I'm going to use my shade swap to just take off that color so that I can go in with a deeper color, brown, and just deepen up my crease. And I'm pointing at the color right now. Then I'm just going to deepen up my crease with that particular color and move it down a little bit over my lid as well. So that's what I'm doing right now. I don't particularly like the MUA palette because they're not that pigmented. They don't really have a lot of color payoff, but I have them, so I just wanted to use them. Right now I'm just stippling a purple color all over my lid, and with my Zoeva brush, and all the brushes that I use, by the way, is Zoeva, and I'm just adding in the purple. Then I'm going to go over that lid with a grey just to cool it down even more, because I don't want it to be a purple look. I want it to be a grey look, but I wanted that transition so it didn't look so harsh. So that's what I'm doing. I'm stippling a grey colour from the MUA palette all over my lid so I can get more of a cooler lid shade but with a warm transition. So that's what I'm doing right now. And the whole time when I'm using the same brush, I will use my shade swapper to swap out the shade off the brush so it doesn't move on to any other area. And that's how you do it. Then I'm going back in and just making sure that my transition color and my lid shade have a better blend. So I'm just using the same shade that I used as my transition to buff out any harsh line edges between the purple and the grey lid and my transition color. And you can make this look as strong or as weak as you like. I didn't want it to be too much because I was going to be going out, so this is more of a day look for me. If I was going out in the evening, I would intensify the colors. Now I'm just going to prime my face with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. I do like this primer, it's very moisturizing. Being an oily girl, I'm very cautious about primers that I use, particularly silicone based. Not all of them work for me. In fact, it just makes me more greasier. So I concentrate my primer purely on my T-zone, which is my most oily area. Now I'm just going to use my Rimmel Perfect and Match new foundation that I just got a couple of weeks ago in the shade Caramel. Now, it did look warm when I swatched it in the shop, but looking at back on the film now, it looks a lot cooler on me and not as warm as I thought it was going to look. But hey, I'm still shedding my tan from my holiday to Texas, so hopefully by the winter months it will start to look closer to my shade, because I tend to go a little bit grey in the winter. But so far so good. I do like the coverage of it. Now I'm just going to conceal with my Tarte Shape Tape, the famous Tarte Shape Tape. It is a very, very good concealer. I do like it. It's very expensive, but it is very good. I've tried out the Makeup Revolution. I also like that very much as well. I tried out the NYX. I didn't like it so much. It did sting underneath my eyes. So for that reason, I don't really like that one particularly very much. And I do have another one, but I can't remember what it is now. And the Tarte Shape Tape colour that I'm using is tan. Now, yes, it is a lot lighter than my usual deep. I do have two of them. I have one in deep and I have one in tan. I just wanted to go with something a little bit brighter underneath my eye for this look. But normally I would go in with the deep or something a little bit not as bright as this color that I'm using now. But by the time I finish bronzing and contouring and everything else and the makeup settles in, it does start to look really, really nice. Now I'm going in with the new Maybelline Loose Fit Me powder that I purchased in America. I mean, I was dying for ages to get my hand on this, and I absolutely love it. And it was recommended by one of my favorite YouTubers, Nikkie Joy. and it's one of her holy grails. But besides her Laura Mercier, which I also have, and she doesn't use Sacha Buttercup, but I do use Sacha Buttercup, and I have used the Makeup Revolution as well. That's also really good, but again, you know, it can leave me quite dry. I have quite dry under eyes actually, so that leaves me quite dry, so I don't tend to use that much. Now I'm going in with my BLACKUP face powder in TW12, I think it is. Yeah, just to set the rest of my face. For my foundation, because I do have to set my face. Again, being an oily skin girl, I can't not set my face. I do want to try out the NYX foundation and see what it's like. Now I'm just bronzing with my Bobbi Brown in Deep. I think it's in Deep, yeah, in Bobbi Brown. Yeah, my bronzer, and I'm just going to use that to sort of bring some warmth and life back into my face, because I am, as you can see, looking a little bit pale in comparison to my shade that I started off with when I started the video. But like I said, everything does sink in, and my face is generally a little bit darker than my chest and my body anyway. So my body and my face is a lot lighter than my face. But nothing a good bronzer cannot solve. So I do like bronzing, and I'm just doing that and buffing in. I will recommend, whenever you're doing your makeup, your best friend is to blend and buff. Blend, buff, blend, buff. Just make sure everything sinks into your skin beautifully. That's the best way to get that flawless, most settled into your skin, more skin-like finish. For me anyway, this is what I found. That's one of the tips that I can give. I'm using two of my favorite highlighters. One by TECHNIC, which is, it's simply cheap. It's in the shade bronze, and then the OFRA, the NIKKIEtutorials Glow Goals. I mean, those two highlighters, absolutely love them. I tend to go with the bronze, the TECHNIC bronze, on a daily basis, because it just has that glow without it being so loud. And for my extra days, I will pull out the NIKKIEtutorials. So I'm just highlighting underneath my brow bone, down the bridge of my nose, tip of my nose, and typically my favorite place is my cupid bow. So I do like to highlight my cupid's bow, and that's what I'm doing right now. So those are the places I like to highlight. I used to highlight my cheekbones, but for this tutorial, or this look, should I say, I didn't do that. Like I said, because I was heading out and I didn't want to be so full on. It's bright and early during the day, so I just generally tend to wear a more toned down look during the day, and if I'm going out at night, then I will do that. I couldn't decide which blush to use. I got the very first one that you saw from Maybelline, really pink one, but I decided to use my LA Girl one in Spice Rum instead. It's one of my favorite blushes. I use it all the time, typically everyday look, going to work, I will pull this out. It is one of my favorites. So I'm just using my Real Techniques brush to buff that into my cheeks, as you can see. Yeah, so it just gives me a lovely warm glow without it being too powerful and too in your face. So that's what I like to use for my blush. I didn't use the first one, I used the second one. And just blend, blend, blend. So you can hear the traffic in the background. I'm actually recording this voiceover in the car because if I don't get this video done, it won't get done, it won't get edited, it won't make it onto YouTube, and you know, I have a full-time job, so I always have to try and get the time in between things to make sure that I do my videos and get them out. Sorry I haven't been around for a long time, but I've just been super busy. Particularly I work in a school, so I was busy towards the end of term, and just filming was just not possible. Now I'm just going to put mascara on my eyelashes, my non-existent eyelashes, by the way. Lashes, I find, for me, makes the complete look. It doesn't matter what's going on or how you think your eyeshadow looks. By the time you put mascara and some eyelashes on, it just brings everything together. So for me, an eye look is not complete without the eyelashes. it just is just not complete. And I'm actually using PS, I think it's it's a PS from my Primark mascara. It's one of my favorite ones. Again, another one of my YouTubers that I like to watch, Stephanie Toms, recommended this. Well, I say recommended it. She tried it. She said, you know what, mascara is mascara, and that is true to a certain extent. You know, most mascaras do exactly the same thing. They very rarely differ from one brand to the other, but sometimes you find one that you like. It's got the right bristles, and I like this one because it's got that hard kind of plastic bristles. I don't like the kind of hairy ones. I find because my lashes are so short, it just ends up going all over the lid, and it just doesn't work for me. So I do like the PS mascara. I did buy a lot of Essence mascara because I've heard very good things about them, so I do want to try them out. And there's my little girl who's just going to say hello and poor faces. So I'm being ridiculous. These are the bits that I edit out of my thing, but I wanted to keep this because I just thought I looked so stupid. I mean, I actually made myself laugh because I'm watching it like, really? But when you're waiting for your eyelash glue to dry, this is the kind of stuff that you might do. So I'm just bringing in the transition color underneath my eyes as well before I go ahead and put on my lower mascara on my lashes. And I'm just really using more of the warm and the purple shade on my eyelid, just to tie everything in from the top to the bottom, but not too much. Again, like I said, this is more of a day wear for me. I know that I could have made this look a lot more cooler, particularly on the eyelid, but I didn't want it to be too full on because, like I said, I was heading out. So I'm just gonna put some mascara on my bottom lashes, and then make the eyes pop. And I did this bit for the Instagram, hence why you're gonna see what happens in a minute. I just thought I'd leave this bit in there just for a laugh. I'm feeling myself. So now I'm going to do my lips, and this is one of my favorite liners, and again, recommendation from another YouTuber that I really love, Tammy, and she swears she uses this a lot. I was running out of my brown lip liner that I'd had for absolute years. I couldn't get it in the shop anymore, and I just wanted something new that I know that I can always go and purchase because my old liner was actually running out, or had run out. And this Makeup Revolution liner in Glory is just beautiful. It's creamy, it glides on, it's just perfect, and it doesn't tug on my lips, and I outline my lips perfectly every time. So for that, I love it, and I actually have a backup. So yeah, Glory Revolution, get your hands on it. You'll love it. After my lips are lined, I go in with my KIKO lipstick in Smart 404. It's upside down. There you go, girl. Yeah, I love this lipstick. It is my everyday lipstick, and I bought several lipsticks recently, and I just keep coming back to this one. I use this one every day. The formula is absolutely amazing. It's creamy, it's perfect, it's pigmented. I just love it. I wear it every day. It doesn't leave my lips dry. It's kind of got a like a soft satin finish, almost like a gloss, but it's not. I do use a lip topper on top of it as well, but I do just love this. It's like the perfect woman of color nude for me anyway, because every woman of color have different undertones, they have different color, and different colors work on us, and I find that this one works on me very, very well. So now I'm just putting on my Rimmel gloss. Oh my gloss. I can't remember what color this is, but this is more of the pinker shade. They do like a more like a mauvey shade and the pink shade. I'm using the pink shade. I do have both, but I'm using the pink shade over this time. Sometimes when I want to mute it down, I will go for the mauve shade, but this time I wanted to sort of pop a little bit more, so I'm putting the pink gloss over the top, and I just love this lip combo. I wear it every day. It is my favorite. So that's the end of this look. I hope you like it. If you do like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber of mine. I do love you all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Peace.